Hello, today I'm going to be doing Chelsea's transfers this summer. So starting with what happened today, Chelsea have signed Thiago Silva for free on a 1 year deal with an option um, at the end of the season if he wants to stay another year. So I think this is a really good signing. Even though he is 35, he can still play really well, and if you saw the Champions League final, he kept PSG in the game, like clearing the ball off the line. So I think this is a very good signing, and also with Chelsea's defensive problems, I think he'd be a very good leader for the centre back. He's going to be partnering with, and also for the young guys that we signed, also from the guy from Barcelona, um, and also Sarr that we signed yesterday as well. So also in defence, on Wednesday we signed Ben Chilwell for 50 million on a 5 year deal. So Chelsea, of course, needed a left back for next season because Alonso's not. He's not really a left back. He's more of a left wing back. He prefers to go forward, and he's not good at like running back. And Emerson, he's just not up. He's just not up to the standards that Frank Lampard wants. And Frank Lampard wanted Ben Chilwell, said he wanted him, and in fairness to the board for backing him, and they signed him. I think he's a really good player. Of course, he's England's number one left back. So yeah, I think this is a very positive deal. Another thing, Chelsea have offered Bayern Leverkusen 70 million plus a 20 million add-ons for Kai Havertz. So obviously Bayern Leverkusen wants 90 million for Kai Havertz, €100, because of the currency. Uh, but so Chelsea have offered to pay the 70 million like firm, and then added on the 20 million like later. I don't know if Bayern will accept that. Hopefully they do. But Kai Havertz, I think he's a really good player. He's like he's one of the best young players in the world. Personally, I think like definitely Mbappe is number one, but he could be up there in like the top 4 or 5. Um, so hopefully he comes. I don't know where he'd fit into the squad. I'm not sure about that yet, but I think he's a really good player. Also, Chelsea are linked with a number of goalkeepers to replace Kepa Arrizabalaga. Chelsea are linked with Andre Onana from Ajax. I've seen him play like a couple of times, and he's made some very good saves. Obviously, the match in the Champions League, we put 4 goals past him, but they had 2 defenders sent off, so it's not really his fault. But I think he's a pretty good goalkeeper. Jan Albrecht, obviously, I think he's one of the top 3 best goalkeepers in the world, but there's still a possibility. Like, I think the only way Chelsea could sign him is pay the release clause of 110 million. But he still has to decide after they got knocked out in the Champions League by Leipzig on his future. Nick Pope, I'm not sure about Nick Pope. Like, I know he's a very good goalkeeper and all that, but if Chelsea want to buy him, I wouldn't be splashing a lot of cash like we did with Kepa, because he is like the number 2 goalkeeper. He's not the number 1. And like what we did with Kepa, we paid 71.6 million for the number 2 goalkeeper for Spain. So I think Chelsea have to be careful if they want to buy him. And Mike Maignan, it's very hard to pronounce to say. He plays for Lille. I've never seen him play, but I saw the stat that he's conceded 27 goals in 28 appearances. I thought that was pretty bad, but he might be good. I'm not sure about that. Uh, a person who's supposed to leave now, Bakayoko is most likely to leave to go to AC Milan for about 30 million. Um, I think that one season we had Bakayoko, obviously it was a tough season because we finished fifth, we weren't in the best of form, and people were complaining about Conte and all that. But I think we should have gave him another chance, because he was really good at AS Monaco, and I heard he's been doing really well at Milan on loan, obviously last season. So I'm kind of sad to let him go, but I never really gave him a chance. And another one that Chelsea are hoping to let go is Kepa Arrizabalaga. There's been no offers so far from him. I'm not surprised by that because he's had a really awful season. Obviously being dropped twice from the squad. Earlier in the year in January and then at the end of the season. So, and also Chelsea want to get around that 71.6 million, which I don't think they'll get anywhere close to it. Like, if anybody was smart, they would even pay half of that. Like, I think the best Chelsea could get would probably be 30 million or something like that out of him. And the last thing, I think Chelsea's possible 11, if they could sign like Havertz at all black and goals. So in goals would be all black, right back would be Azpilicueta, the two centre backs would be Thiago Silva and Rudiger, the left back would be Chilwell. The three in midfield would be Kovacic, Havertz, and Kante. The right wing would be Ziyech. Up front would be Werner, and left wing would be Pulisic. Now, I think that he might start with that like the first game, but I think players like Mount or Abraham might like find their way into the squad because they're really good players. I think they have the ability to get into the squad. So, yeah, I just I haven't done a video in a while, so I just wanted to do one. And thanks for listening.